how do we shoot it in 10 days? So first thing was we brought in our first AD very, very early on. And he broke down the script and he made a schedule, a tentative schedule, until you know obviously the locations, you can't really schedule it. But that was the first factor. The second factor was finding the locations and getting them all in one place. So we scouted Santa Clarita, but the roads weren't right there. And then we came out into Lancaster and Palmdale, went all around the roads there. And we found the sort of right roads, but not quite the right road, because it had to have the Canyon Mountains, and it had to be free of any houses or anything like that. And at the same time, we're looking for the torture room, the salvage yard, and the diner, of course. So ultimately, it all came together when we found Four Aces Movie Ranch, because it had the gas station and the diner. And the road there was also perfect, really, for what we had to do. But it was short. That road is not more than a mile long. And we shot all of our action, all of our performance on that road. And then once we had that location locked in, then we needed our torture room. And we literally went around the area knocking on doors of houses, because out there, the houses have huge backyards and they just collect cars. And so we weren't actually looking for a salvage yard. We were just looking for a house with cars in the backyard. And we went knocking on doors. And eventually we found, we went to a few. Eventually we found this one house. Lovely owners, were totally up for, letting us film on their property. And they had a workshop out back, and so we said to them, look, if we obviously pay you, but also pay for the materials to complete the workshop, because at that point it was just a frame. And they were like, yeah, well, why not? So that's how we did it. We kind of negotiated a little bit and gave them what they need, and they gave us what we need, and then they were amazing, lovely, beautiful people. And I think that's part of filmmaking, You're always you have to ask, you have to, if you don't ask, you don't get. That's what they say. And I remember one occasion when we were scouting in Santa Clarita, we went to a few other locations, perhaps more mainstream. Went into one diner and we asked if it would be possible to film there. So she pulls out her menu, a location menu, and in this menu it had every TV series or film that had been filmed in this location over the past 30 or 40 years. And the last movie they shot there was Tom Cruise Maverick, about 10 seconds worth of film. But we couldn't afford that location, so we moved quickly onwards, as beautiful as it was. And we found our location, and that's really what worked out for us, because all of our locations were in one very, very small area, within a mile and a half. So we had a base camp in the middle, and we just pinged off left, right and centre to do what we needed to do when we needed to do it. Most of the setups, most of the scenes, we would have 2 or 3 takes maximum, and all the effect stuff was one take only. There was no second take. There was no time to reset it all. But that's fine, you hire good people who know what they're doing, and they get it right first time, and that's the beauty, I think, of having a good team. And I think that's the other crucial thing. When you are working to a very tight schedule, you need good people who are going to work fast, who aren't precious, who aren't who understand the process, who understand what the limitations are.